Well, it's a special night since we're coming to you a few minutes early from Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. We've got Carter Beck in the house, 2-year Saskatoon Berry, the first member of the Berries to be drafted into the major leagues. Of course, that happened this past Saturday afternoon. Carter Beck was made the 26th overall pick in the first round by the Atlanta Braves, and he is here tonight to visit Saskatoon before he heads off down south. And right now we're going to stop and have the national anthem and then the special occasion, Carter Beck throwing out today's first pitch. But here, first of all, your national anthem. It's the second and final game of this two-game series, an interdivision series between the Saskatoon Berries and the Lethbridge Bulls. The Berries winning last night by a score of 7-4. And we've got the special opening pitch of the game coming up shortly. But usual things going on, delivery of the game ball. And somebody will be able to play ball here in the building. There's all kinds of little things that they do. And heading in behind the plate will be Mason Rell, who will be playing third base tonight. But here comes Carter Beck coming out to throw the ceremonial first pitch. And a wonderful ovation here at the ballpark for Carter Beck out of Carndale, Saskatchewan, a 2-year member of the Saskatoon Berries, again drafted just this past Saturday by the Atlanta Braves, 26th overall in the first round. Carter will be heading off Friday. He'll be going down to Florida, to Northport, where he'll play for the Braves affiliate in the Florida Complex League. But he wanted to come back up and spend an evening with the folks here in Saskatoon as he throws at the first pitch. A little high, but hey, who cares? Embraced by his Indiana State teammate and Berry's teammate from last year, Mason Rell. And we're just about set and ready to play ball here tonight at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. Saskatoon Berries, coming off the 7-4 win last night, have a record of 26 wins and 11 losses. They're tied for first with that same record with the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Berries have won 5 straight, 7-3 in their last 10, 17-5 here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. They're plus 123 runs for and runs against. This will be the 6th and final home game for the Berries against a West Division opponent. The Berries are 2-3 against West Division visitors. The Lethbridge Bulls are that West Division visitor tonight. They have a record of 22-11. They're third in the West Division behind Okotoks and Sylvan Lake. Bulls are 4-6 in their last 10 games, 8-6 on the road. They're a plus 39. Runs 4-2 against differential coming into tonight. Adam Cordy is the starting pitcher tonight for the Berries. He, of course, from Munster, Saskatchewan. 6'1", 195-pound right-hander. Adam Cordy, coming off his junior season at Peru State College in Peru, Nebraska. Of course, pitched last year with the Swift Current 57s. Actually, the last 2 years with the 57s, and now men joining the Berries this year. For Cordy, this will be his 9th appearance of the season. He has a 3-0 record, a 4.63 earned run average, 23 in the third innings, 26 hits allowed, 16 runs, 12 earned. He struck out 18 and walked 5. Right-hander Adam Cordy, who just today was named as a replacement for Michael Saul, and he will take part in the All-Star Game festivities coming up this weekend here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. The Berries lost 2 All-Stars when the University of Nebraska at Omaha called Michael Saul and Tanner Hosick to come back. So Cordy is now going to be an All-Star this weekend in Michael Saul's place, and Dallin Rood will also take part in the All-Star festivities this weekend on behalf of the East Division and the Berries, replacing Tanner Hosick. Cordy will get it started, and the first man he'll face will be the shortstop Jack Wheatley, who last night was 1 for 5 with a double and a run batted in for Lethbridge. Cordy set and ready to go. First pitch is up and in, ball 1, and we are underway at 7:01 on Wednesday evening. Payday, 15th. It's a good day today. Swing and a foul tip. A strike, 1-1. Home plate umpire tonight is Scott Mostway. He is the crew chief. Matt Schul is the first base umpire. Lloyd Tulp is down the third base line. Cordy's 1-1 pitch to Wheatley, fouled back to the screen, 1-2. Defensively for the Berries, in right field is Nash Nichols. Nathan Houston's in center, Ethan Murdoch in left field. Around the infield from left to right, Mason Rell is at third base. Brock Laird's the shortstop. Giles Salinas at second base. Josh Henson's at first. Gavin Panks back behind home plate. The 1-2 pitch from Cordy up high. It's 2-2. Jack Wheatley hitting .307. 23 hits and 75 at-bats. A couple of home runs and 11 runs batted in. Little flare into right field. Trying to come on is Nash Nichols. He won't be able to get it. It'll drop in and a leadoff single for Jack Wheatley. It'll bring up the center fielder, Caleb Henney. Haney played last night, played right field. He's in center field tonight. Last night, 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Veteran left-handed hitter who actually took last year off but had played the previous 4 years with Lethbridge. First pitch swinging, fly ball, left center field. Ethan Murdoch is there. He'll make the catch, and there's one away. Well, that was short and sweet for Caleb Haney. Brings up the catcher, Cordell Dick. 0 for 3 last night. Ended a 4-game hitting streak for Cordell Dick. Sorry, it's Cardell Dick. It's an A, not an O in the first name. From Abbotsford, BC, coming off his junior year at the University of Nebraska at Omaha. Right-handed hitter. Cordy's first delivery to him. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. Nice night in Saskatoon. We've had some good weather here recently. Radar was telling us we could see some showers at some point in time tonight, but I don't think so. 24 degrees Celsius, 75 Fahrenheit at game time. Foul back onto the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cardell Dick. Wind out of the east at 8 kilometers per hour. That's 5 miles per hour under mostly cloudy skies. There's a few blue breaks, but not much. One pitch up coming to Cardell Dick. Wheatley at first. That's outside, 2-1. Adam Cordy throws a fastball in the 85, 86 mile an hour range. He'll mix in a curveball, slider, and a split-fingered fastball. He'll throw to first here. Check on Jack Wheatley, the runner at first, the leadoff man who led off with a single. Jack Wheatley has 5 stolen bases without being caught so far this season. Two-one pitch. Inside, 3-1. Cardell Dick is hitting .295, has 31 hits in 105 at-bats, 3 home runs and 19 runs batted in. He also has 4 doubles. Cordy's 3-1, fouled back to the screen, full count. Let's see if head coach Ryan McDonald of the Lethbridge Bulls starts Jack Wheatley, the runner at first base, with a 3-2 count and 1 away. First baseman Xander Meisner is on deck. Three-two going is Wheatley, hit in the air, right field. Coming over is Nash Nichols, still coming on towards the foul line, makes the catch in very shallow right field. And Jack Wheatley gets back to first as there's now 2 away. It'll bring up the first baseman, Xander Meisner, who had a solo home run last night in the 7-4 Berries victory. It's Meisner's first home run. Mind you, again, some of these fellas with the Lethbridge Bulls haven't played a lot this season. Have joined late or have been injured or whatever the case. Here's Wheatley going on the first pitch. Panks with the throw down, and they've got him. First time this season that Wheatley is thrown out. Brock Laird slaps the tag on, and that is the end of the first inning of play, at least the top of the first. As for the Lethbridge Bulls in the top of the first, no runs, 1 hit. There were no Berries errors and nobody left on base. After a half an inning, Lethbridge nothing, and the Saskatoon Berries coming to bat. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Bottom of the first inning here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field on a Wednesday evening. Lethbridge goes down without scoring a run in the top of the first. Berries will come up and face Shay McTavish, is the starting pitcher tonight for the Lethbridge Bulls. McTavish, a right-hander from Lethbridge, 6 foot, 280-pound right-hander, coming off his senior year at the University of Pikeville in Kentucky. For McTavish, this will be appearance number 7 of the season. From the looks of it, they've all starts. Thrown anywhere from 79 to 90 pitches in an appearance, and has gone anywhere from 4 to 6 innings. The season high was his first start back on the 28th of May in a game against the Brooks Bombers. Shea McTavish has a 3-0 record, 27 innings pitched. He's allowed 27 hits, 18 runs, all earned. Struck out 30, walked 16, an earned run average of 6 even for Shea McTavish. They'll face Brock Laird, shortstop for the Berries. 4 for 5 last night. First pitch to Laird, up high, ball 1. That's up high as well, 2-0. Laird finds himself among the league leaders just because of that leadoff spot that he's in the order. In categories like plate appearances and at-bats, and he's getting up there in hits. He's extended his hitting streak to 12 games with that single through the left side. A leadoff base hit for Brock Laird, and the Berries have a man on base to start. They'll bring up Ethan Murdoch, the current Saskatchewan Player of the Week in the WCBL, and a person who will be taking part in the All-Star game this weekend. Probably be in the home run derby. He's got 10 of those. Foul, pops the first pitch up, I should say. Xander Meisner, the first baseman, in on the grass, makes the catch and then throws his head back. I don't know if maybe he got a mosquito. There's enough of them out on the field. That could have been it. I don't think it was anything else. Highly unlikely it was a raindrop because we don't have that happening right now. One away. Gavin Panks to the plate. He's catching tonight. First pitch swinging. Fly ball into center field. Back and making the catch is Caleb Haney. And there's 2 away. A couple of pitches and a couple of outs. Only 4 pitches thrown so far for Shea McTavish. He has 2 outs. Has Brock Laird on first. Here comes Giles Salinas, the fan favorite in the ballpark. Mexican heritage. The mariachi music gets everybody shaking and moving and dancing. I have no rhythm, so I don't do that. First pitch to Salinas inside, ball 1. Salinas has hits in 19 of his last 20 games. He takes a strike, 1-1. He was 3 for 5 last night with a run batted in. Has 31 RBI in those last 20 games. Been very productive out of the cleanup spot. Laird at first. Breaking ball down low, 2-1. Mason Rell, the third baseman, on deck for the Berries. He got the catch, the opening pitch of the game, ceremonial opening pitch of the game, thrown by Carter Beck. There's a strike, high in the zone. Salinas didn't like it, and because he showed his disapproval with home plate umpire Scott Mostaway, suddenly the umpires in behind home plate in the stands got on the umpire's case. They usually don't need the players' lead to do that. 2-2, breaking ball down low, full count. Not a bad idea to make McTavish throw some pitches. Don't give him too easy a time. 4 pitches only to the first 3 guys. Now it's a full count. Shea McTavish with the lights on here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. And that's going to be a called strike 3. Salinas was making his way down to first, but he gets punched out by home plate umpire Scott Mostaway. A leadoff single left on base for the Berries in the bottom of the first. No runs, 1 hit. No Lethbridge errors. 1 runner left on base after an inning. Scoreless, Saskatoon and Lethbridge, as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Top of the second inning coming up here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. Again, I got to keep in mind, this is a webcast. People from all over the place. Lots of American viewers taking us in. Family, friends of players who are from the States, spend their summers playing ball up here in the prairies, Saskatchewan and Alberta. And if they're not able to be here, then it's great to be able to bring these games so that they can see what's going on. The only thing missing is replays. I'd like to have them myself, but we'll see if we can work on that with Flow Sports and FloCollege in the future. Xander Meisner here in the top of the second inning. He was left at the plate when Jack Wheatley got thrown out at second base trying to steal to end the first inning. Meisner line drive into center field. Nathan Houston ranges to his left and makes the catch as that ball held up. 1 away. Will Turner, the third baseman, coming up. Turner 0 for 3 last night. 1 for 15 in his last 4 games, looking to break out of it. Turner from Calgary, coming off his sophomore year at the Prairie Baseball Academy, right-handed hitter. First pitch in for a strike from Adam Cordy. Cordy started his collegiate career at Dawson Community College in Glendive, Montana. There's the slider. Becomes strike 2. Quickly Cordy ahead, 0-2. This past winter at Peru State, he was 4-5 with a 7.51 earned run average in 14 appearances, 8 of them starts. Bounced in low, 1-2. One of 3 pitchers on the Berries roster from Munster, Saskatchewan. It's about an hour and a half east of Saskatoon. Fouled back into the screen. Count holds at 1-2. Besides Cordy, Dallin Rude is from Munster, so is Merrick Yeager. Rude we saw in relief last night. He's also, like Cordy, going to be in the All-Star game. On the ground towards short. Brock Laird fields that cleanly, throws on to first in time. 2 away here in the top of the second inning for the Lethbridge Bulls. Got to resist the urge to call them the Hurricanes, which is the name of the Western Hockey League franchise in Lethbridge, which goes along with Lethbridge as being a windy city. It is maybe one of the windiest places you'll find on the prairies. The wind coming off the Rocky Mountains, coming on through the valley there where the Oldman River. It can get nasty, especially in the wintertime. Throw some snow up with that wind. Whew, you don't see much. But you don't have that problem in the summertime. You might have the wind, but you don't have to worry about the snow. 1-0 pitch to Josh Milton, left fielder, to Hopper, and that'll get under the glove of Mason Rell on into left field. And it'll be an error on Mason Rell. It'll put a runner on first with 2 away for Lethbridge in the top of the second inning. Bring Zach Kavanaugh to the plate, designated hitter. He was 1 for 4 with an RBI last night. Barry's bullpen did a dynamite job last night as the first pitch from Cordy to Kavanaugh, up high, ball 1. After Zachary Landerville kind of faltered a bit, ran out of gas, reached his pitch count in the 5th inning with 1 out. The Barry's bullpen, 3 guys, pitched 4 2/3 innings of no-hit ball. Fly ball center field, lots of room, and a catch made by Nathan Houston to retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 Barry's error, 1 runner left on base for Lethbridge in the top of the second. After an inning and a half, we have donuts on the scoreboard between the Barrys and the Lethbridge Bulls as you're watching Barrys baseball on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Mason Rell coming to the plate to lead off the bottom of the second inning for the Saskatoon Barrys. We're wearing special jerseys tonight. It's Wiener Palooza night. And in celebration, I had 2 hot dogs for supper here at the ballpark. But these are different jerseys, different color scheme. Called strike on Mason Rell, who was 2 for 5 last night for the Barrys. That light blue with Wiener across the front of it. Rell trying to hold up his swing. They'll appeal and it'll be called strike 2 with first base umpire Matt Schul. Rell tried his darndest to hold up his swing. Kind of lost his balance and went across the plate trying to do so. Bat went too far. Shea McTavish, 2-strike pitch. Bounces that one in. And it's 1-2. I get all kinds of weather things come up on my phone. One of them says rain expected to end in the next few hours. I don't see any rain. It's a nice night. There's a 1-2 pitch and a breaking ball called strike. Second strikeout of the night for Shea McTavish. First out of the bottom of the second inning. It'll bring up the center fielder Nathan Houston, who waited until his last plate appearance last night to extend his hitting streak to 5 games. Now we've got Scott Mostaway, the crew chief, getting into it with home plate umpire, with the Berries head coach Joe Carnahan. Didn't like the last strike call on Rel. High and away to Houston with the first pitch from McTavish, ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. As I was saying, Nathan Houston waited until his last plate appearance last night to extend his hitting streak to 5 games. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but he also missed 5 games in between with a thigh hamstring type of injury. Breaking ball down low and away, ball 2, 2-1. So the Melville product getting back in the lineup last night and extending the hit streak, going 1 for 5 with an RBI. It's 10 for 24 during the streak. Swing and a miss on that breaking ball that's down and out of the zone, 2-2. Get that calculator out on the, oh, that doesn't do it, out on my laptop. 10 for 24 is 417. That's what I thought it was, but I didn't want to trust my own math in my head because that would deceive me sometimes. Popped up, moving on over in behind second base, and behind first base almost, is the second baseman, Tetsu Nishida, who makes the catch, and there's 2 away. This is a good pitching matchup, actually. Both Adam Cordy and Shea McTavish are 3-0 as far as records go. The earned run averages aren't stellar by any stretch of the imagination. Cordy is 4.63 coming into tonight. McTavish is 6 even. So they've given up some runs, but they've obviously gotten some offensive support to both be 3-0. McTavish's first pitch down low to first baseman Josh Henson, ball 1. Henson 1 for 5 last night. Fouls that pitch back, 1-1. Henson, one of 3 guys from the Berries who, during the All-Star break, with the Berries in Medicine Hat, tomorrow and Friday, they'll spend Saturday and Sunday in Banff. Go visit. Guys from the States want to see. Little looper down the first base line in foul territory, and Meisner, the first baseman, can't get there to make the play, so it falls for a strike, 1-2. Pitcher Brooks Jones is going. Chatted with him last night. He's excited. He's heard a lot of good things, which I confirmed for him. Banff is pretty no matter what season. 1-2 pitch. On the ground towards third. That'll jump up on Luke Wheatley, the third baseman. Or, sorry, Will Turner, the third baseman tonight. Luke Wheatley not in the lineup. We're going to call that an error on the third baseman. So both teams' third basemen have a boot to their name tonight. Again, this comes with 2 out, just as it did for Lethbridge in the top of the second inning. It'll bring up Eric Aguirre, who's the designated hitter tonight for the Berries. He shows bunt and offered at it, didn't make contact. Strike 1. Aguirre playing in his 15th game, a .319 average in part-time play. Swing and a miss. Now he's behind 0-2. Nash Nichols is the Barry's right fielder. He is the number 9 hitter on deck. Guire from Pasadena, Texas. He's done some pitching of recent. That's outside. Not by much either. 1-2. Henson, the runner at first. A 1-2 pitch to Aguirre, and he'll foul that back. Just got a piece of it. Stays alive. McTavish with a good strong fastball there. That had some giddy up on it. Another nice sized crowd for a Wednesday evening here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field, settling in. Bottom of the second inning. 1-2 pitch. High and away. Ball 2, 2-2. Aguirre is on a personal 5-game hitting streak, 7 for 16 in that time, with 7 runs batted in. Swing and a miss. He went after a curveball and was way out in front. A couple of strikeouts for McTavish in the bottom of the second inning. The Berries with no runs, no hits. There was 1 Lethbridge error and 1 runner left on base. After 2 here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field, we are still scoreless. Saskatoon and Lethbridge, as you're watching Barry's baseball on FloCollege.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Seaman Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
Get ready for the sweetest baseball event in Canada. All the very best players from around the WCBL will be in the very best city for the 2026 All-Star Weekend. Don't be sour. Get your tickets to the summer's biggest baseball event now. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
The 8, 9, and 1 hitters for the Lethbridge Bulls coming up against Adam Cordy here in the top of the third inning. Scoreless between the Berries and the Lethbridge Bulls. Adam Cordy's first pitch hit on the ground foul up the first base line by the right fielder Jordan Monroe. Monroe and Caleb Haney have switched positions tonight. Monroe was in center last night, Haney in right. Now it's the other way around. Haney in center and Monroe in right tonight, for whatever reason. Only head coach Ryan McDonald knows for sure. There's a breaking pitch, curveball, in for strike 2. That curveball is used like a changeup for Cordy. Is definitely a lot slower, different speed than what the slider, split finger fastball or fastball is. Way ahead 0-2. Now the fastball up high, 1-2. Fouled off and over top of the third base bleachers and in amongst the people in the plaza area. That didn't hit anybody. Good. Because that might have smarted if it had. Count holds at 1-2. Cordy coming back with the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. There's the first K of the night for Adam Cordy. Monroe had a tough night last night. He was 1 for 4 and he struck out the other 3 times besides the hit. Second baseman Tetsu Nishida coming up. He's had hits in his last 3 games, 3 for 8. 1 for 4 last night. Right-handed hitter. First pitch swinging and a line drive, and that's a 4-game hitting streak for Nishida. That ball will die in center field before it's picked up by Nathan Houston. He has to hurry it back in as Nishida with a big turn around first base. Second hit of the night for Lethbridge. Top of the order now, Jack Wheatley singled his first time up. Was thrown out trying to steal to end the inning. Wheatley from Calgary, as is his brother Luke, who's not in the lineup tonight, but was last night. Jack Wheatley out of Calgary, a redshirt sophomore out of the College of Southern Nevada this past collegiate season. He fouled the first pitch off, strike one. Center fielder Caleb Haney is on deck. Cordy with a long look in. Inside 1-1. Fastball there from Cordy. Jack Wheatley went to Vauxhall Academy in Vauxhall, Alberta. Here's a toss over to first to check on Tetsu Nishida. Jack Wheatley played 2 games for Lethbridge last summer, so coming off a redshirt year. Might have been some injuries involved, hence he wasn't able to play as much as he might have liked to have. That's outside, 2-1 to Jack Wheatley. Nishida at first base has yet to attempt a steal. Mind you, he's hardly played any. This is another one of the guys that hasn't played a lot. Just his 4th game this evening. Breaking pitch, curveball. Wheatley couldn't pull the trigger as it's 2-2 now. Two pitch upcoming to Jack Wheatley from Adam Cordy. Up high with a fastball. Full count. Fans wanted that to be strike 3. Umpires usually don't call much a strike over the plate that's above the belt. Generally have to be waist to knees in order to get that strike call. Some guys might elevate it a little bit more to under the shoulders, under the shoulder pits, or across the letters, if you will, on the jersey, but not many. Full count pitch, Nishida takes off, and Jack Wheatley fouls that off and over the first base bleachers out of play. Count holds at 3-2 with 1 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. Nice chance to chat with soon-to-be member of the Atlanta Braves organization, Carter Beck, prior to the game tonight. Once the gates opened, it was people trying to get autographs. There's ball forward, little and away. First free pass issued by Adam Cordy puts runners on first and second with 1 out, and it's center fielder Caleb Haney. Flew out to left field his first time up in the first inning. That was first pitch swinging, by the way. He was 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI last night. Has hits in 7 of his last 8 games, says Haney. 10 for his last 32 during that stretch, hitting .313 with 7 runs batted in. He's an all-star coming back here to Saskatoon this weekend. Takes a strike from Adam Cordy. So it's all-star against all-star right now. Could see this matchup on Sunday during the actual all-star game. Cordy checks around. 1 strike pitch. Curveball on the outside corner, strike 2. Haney looks back at home plate umpire Scott Mostaway and says, "Really?" To which Mostaway replied, "Yes, really." Or some such thing like that. Cordy ahead 0-2. Got 2 men on with only 1 out. That's outside. Fastball just outside. 1-2. I'm starting to say that Caleb Haney didn't play last year. He's a Lethbridge product, but played 172 games with the Bulls between 2021 and 2024. Inside with the slider. 2-2 now. Haney coming off his senior year at the University of Mary in Bismarck, North Dakota. He would know Carter Beck. They would have played together a few winters back, winter of 23-24. 2-2 pitch. High. Haney held up on the swing. The fan umpires wanted called strike 3, not getting as we have a full count again. Caleb Haney hit .331 over 4 years at the University of Mary. Dangerous left-handed hitter. 3-2 pitch is up high. Back-to-back walks. The bases are loaded. It'll bring up the catcher, Cardell Dick. Joe Carnahan coming out for a visit to Adam Cordy, Barry's head coach. I think he wants to see the umpire come out. Yes, he's not even talking to Adam Cordy. He wants to see Scott Mostaway, the home plate umpire. This could be interesting right now. What is the strike zone? He might be asking. And Mostaway will say, "You let me worry about that." And Joe says, "I am worried about it because you aren't giving us much of anything," is probably what he's saying. Something along those lines, only with a few extra words in there that can't be used. That's more of a conversation between head coach Carnahan and home plate umpire Mostaway right now, with the rest of the Barry's players at the mound taking it all in. The fans are waiting for Joe to get the heave-ho is what they're waiting on. The conversation, now there it is. Joe Carnahan just got tossed. He's not happy with the strike zone from Scott Mostaway, the home plate umpire. And here in the top of the 3rd inning, Carnahan gets tossed, so Chance Wheatley will take over the bench. The discussion now continues away from the mound, about 15 feet up the first baseline from home plate. And they're still going at it. Joe's still not leaving. He's trying to follow. Mostaway's trying to turn away, and now Carnahan's out there in the batter's box and kicking dirt on home plate. And the fans are loving this. Joe says, "You haven't seen the home plate yet tonight. Might as well make sure you can't see it," is basically what he's saying there. And the discussion continues with first base umpire Matt Schul in between them. Joe has finally had his say, done what he wanted, made his points, and has gone to the dugout. And eventually, he'll head to his office in the clubhouse. The bases are loaded as Cardell Dick, the catcher for the Lethbridge Bulls, coming up here with one away. Dick flew out to right field his first time up back in the first inning. First pitch swinging is fouled between the Lethbridge dugout and bullpen down the left field side. Strike one. A single and a couple of walks. Tetsu Nishida's at third, Jack Wheatley at second, Caleb Haney at first. Cardell Dick is the catcher and the hitter. Low and away. Good block by Gavin Panks. 1-1. Panks hadn't caught for a few games going back to last week. Been playing first base or DHing. One pitch. High, 2-1. Cardell Dick hitting .250 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs, with hits in 4 of his last 5 games. That 5 for 20 includes the flyout here tonight. Cued foul on a breaking ball. 2-2. I think it may have clipped the umpire, hence the fans cheer. Scott Mostway is not all that terribly popular here with the fans right now. The umpiring crew wasn't very popular with the Lethbridge folks last night. So the boys in blue, as I like to say, except they're dressed in black, are really the villains, according to both teams. Popped up, right side, just on the outfield grass is Giles Salinas. He'll make the catch, and that's a big second out for Adam Cordy and the Berries here in the top of the third inning. Brings up Xander Meisner, who flew out to center field to lead off the second inning. It was a line drive, actually, that Nathan Houston didn't have to move too much over to his left to make the catch on. Joe Carnahan ejected from the game, the Berries head coach. Chance Wheatley assumes control. Fastball strike to Meisner. Let's see if Cordy can wiggle his way out of this. One strike pitch. Curveball, strike two. Oh, 0-2 the count. Meisner hits in 3 of his last 4 games, 5 for 16, including the fly ball out tonight. That's just over 300, 313 if I'm not mistaken. On the ground towards third. Mason Rell juggles it and can't pick it up, and a run scores. Everybody is safe. That was a squib hit up the third base line, and charging was Rell, but he couldn't field the ball cleanly. Second error of the night against the Berries. And Nishida scores to make it 1-0 for Lethbridge. And the bases are still loaded. First pitch outside to Will Turner, ball 1. Turner grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Jack Wheatley at third, Caleb Haney at second, Xander Meisner at first now. 1 run in. Will Turner, the third baseman, at the plate. 1-0 pitch, hit in the air, but slicing foul down the right field line and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Turner played 34 games last year with the Bulls. Pops this one up. In play, Josh Henson in foul territory and will make the catch. To end the inning, Lethbridge gets a run on 1 hit. There was 1 Barry's error and 3 runners left on base. After 2.5, the visitors go up 1-0 as you're watching Barry's baseball on FloCollege.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Long top of the 3rd inning with Lethbridge Bulls at bat, score a run, lead 1-0. Shea McTavish, the starting pitcher for the Bulls, back out. He'll face Nash Nichols, who's the last of the position players from either team tonight to see a plate appearance. The Barry's right fielder coming into the ball game. Nichols hitting .204, has 19 hits in 93 at-bats, 6 home runs and 20 runs batted in. First pitch, fastball up high, ball 1. After Nichols, back to the top of the order, Brock Laird and Ethan Murdoch. Nichols with a fly ball into right field, looping over to his left and making the catch is Jordan Monroe for the first out. Here's Brock Laird, who upped his consecutive game hit streak to 12 with his single to lead off the bottom of the 1st inning. Laird on the streak now has 23 hits in 53 at-bats, which is a .434 average. His average for the season jumping up. That was his 50th hit of the year. He'll swing at the first pitch and pop it up into right field. Monroe coming on will make the catch. And quickly the Berries have 2 out here on a couple of fly balls to the right fielder, Jordan Monroe. So now Ethan Murdoch, the batter. Murdoch brings an 11-game hitting streak into the game. He popped up to the first baseman Meisner in the 1st inning. First pitch swinging. McTavish's first pitch is a called strike. Murdoch will probably try and take a few pitches if he can. Get McTavish to work a little bit. That's outside, 1-1. Look close to a strike. unofficially 35 pitches in the ball game for Shea McTavish as of right now. 1-1 pitch, foul back to the screen, 1-2 the count. On the All-Star, Ethan Murdoch of the Berries. Gavin Panks is on deck, the catcher for the Berries. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 4 strikeouts in the game for Shea McTavish. He gets the Berries 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. No runs, no hits, no Lethbridge errors, and nobody left on base. We have played 3 innings. It is Lethbridge 1, Saskatoon no score. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archive game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Top of the 4th inning. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Lethbridge Bulls against Adam Cordy, the starting pitcher tonight for the Saskatoon Berries. Josh Milton, who did not play last night in the game, right-handed hitter. Milton from Richmond, Texas, coming off his junior season at Our Lady of the Lake University in Texas. 6'1", 205 is Josh Milton. He is the left fielder tonight. Pitch outside from Adam Cordy, ball 1. The unofficial line score coming into the top of the 4th inning. For Lethbridge, a run on 2 hits. They've committed 1 error. They left 4 runners on base. Berries, no runs, 1 hit. They've committed 2 errors. They've left 2 runners on base. Slider, strike, 1-1. Milton reached on an error, as mentioned, his first time up. His average is just over 300. It was 310 coming into the game. Fouled off and look out, good dugout, Lethbridge third base side. 1-2. Joshua Milton has 31 hits in 101 at-bats now. That error in the first inning, so that's 307 for a batting average. 1-2 pitch from Cordy. Curveball, line drive into center field, base hit. Cordy left that one hanging up a little bit and able to get to it. Joshua Milton, he's on base for the 2nd time, this time via hit. Zach Kavanaugh, the DH, coming up. He flew out to center field back in the 2nd inning. This is only Zach Kavanaugh's 6th game. Hitting .286, 4 for 14. That's a ball, 1-0. Kavanaugh from Abbotsford, BC, coming off his freshman year at Cochise College. Milton bluffed as if he was going to take off, and the pitch down low Got away from Panks, but holding his ground is Josh Milton. It's 2-0. Kavanaugh 6'2", 195. Two-0 pitch, slider, down and in, ball 3. And we're going to see some action down the right field line in the Barries bullpen. Dallin Root is on the mound, and Clay Mixon is there to catch. Taken for a strike on the 3-0 by Zach Kavanaugh. 3-1 the count. Cordy trying to battle back. This one's hit on the ground. Salinas fields to second for 1. Back to first. Double play. Salinas to Laird to Henson. 4-6-3 double play. Takes the base runners off. 2 outs on the board. It brings up Jordan Monroe for the second time. He struck out against Cordy back in the third inning, back last inning. There's that slider in for a strike. Caught stealing in the first inning, a double play here in the fourth. Barry's need to get on the bats. Up high, 1-1. Barry's had 15 hits last night. Left 13 on base, scored 7 times, won the game. They could have had a lot more, but didn't get a lot of key hits. They got enough, as it turned out. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, curveball. Because I don't think Adam throws a changeup. At least not according to head coach Joe Carnahan, who's provided me with my little cheat sheet now of what every pitcher on the Barries throws, and with the fastball, what the velocity is. 1-2, high. Monroe able to hold up on the swing. 2-2. The number 9 hitter for Lethbridge, Tetsu Nishida, is on deck. It was he who got things started back in the top of the third inning. Low and in with the slider. Full count now on Monroe. Nishida has scored the game's only run. Back last inning. Adam Cordy with his full count pitch. That's up high. Third walk that he has issued in the game. It'll be the number 9 hitter, Tetsu Nishida, who singled, giving him 4 hits in all 4 games that he has played, or a hit in every game that he has played in for the second baseman. Hit in the air to left field. Murdoch goes back a few steps, over to his left a few, makes the catch, and that's the inning. For Lethbridge in the top of the fourth inning, no runs, 1 hit. There were no Barry's errors, 1 runner left on base. After 3.5, it is Lethbridge 1, Saskatoon no score. You're watching Barry's baseball on FloCollege.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Seaman Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
Get ready for the sweetest baseball event in Canada. All the very best players from around the WCBL will be in the very best city for the 2026 All-Star Weekend. Don't be sour. Get your tickets to the summer's biggest baseball event now.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
Gavin Panks will lead it off for the Berries. The heart of the order for Saskatoon in the bottom of the fourth inning. The number 3 hitter, Gavin Panks. Cleanup man, Giles Salinas. And the number 5 hitter, third baseman, Mason Rell, against Shea McTavish, whose first delivery to Panks is outside, ball 1. Panks flew out to center field his first time up. Was 0 for 3 last night, and that meant the end of a 5-game hitting streak for him. Upstairs with a fastball, 2-0 to the Berries catcher. Panks came into the game hitting .381. That'll go down a few points. 2-0 pitch, high in the strike zone, called strike, 2-1. And some of the fans that pretend to be umpires or want to be umpires behind the seats or behind the home plate area, not happy with Scott Mostaway. 2-1 pitch is outside and low, ball 3, 3-1. Panks 7 for 24 in his last 6 games with 5 runs batted in. 3-1 pitch, hit on the ground, right side of the infield, be speared by the second baseman, and the throw on to first, not in time. Panks able to beat it out. It was bang bang at first base. Tetsu Nishida ranged far to his left into the hole. The first baseman, Meisner, didn't go after it. Went to the bag, and Nishida was able to come up with the ball in shallow right field, and the throw was close to getting Panks, but it's an infield hit, the second hit of the game for the Berries. So now Giles Salinas coming up. Struck out his first time up. Salinas will be part of the All-Star game and the festivities this weekend. Change up. Ball 1 to Giles Salinas. Salinas has been hit 17 times by a pitch this year. Bounced in. Good block by the catcher, Cardell Dick. Panks has to hold his spot. 2-0 the count. Mason Rell on deck. Shea McTavish's 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1. Again, McTavish is a Lethbridge guy and a veteran coming off his senior year at the University of Pikeville in Kentucky. Two-one, low, 3-1 now to Giles Salinas. Hitters count, opportunity maybe to drive a ball into the gap and get back a run here in this game. On the ground towards short. That's going to be bobbled by Jack Wheatley. The throw to first not in time. Pretty sure that'll be a base hit. They'll say the bad hop that Wheatley trying to backhand couldn't come up with it. So back-to-back singles, runners at first and second for the Berries here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And up comes Mason Rell. McTavish may be a senior in collegiate and a guy from Lethbridge, but I believe this is his first year with the Bulls because he is not mentioned at all in the season preview from the Western Canadian Baseball League prior to the start of the season. And you'd think that being a Lethbridge guy, he'd be in there, but he's not. So, but he's got a 3-0 record and looks pretty strong. But now faces his first real adversity. And inside to Mason Rell, who struck out, leading off the bottom of the second inning. Want to know the count on Rell. Salinas at first, Panks at second, with nobody out. On the ground, shortstop Wheatley to second for one, to first, and he is safe. Rell hustles down the line, beats it out. Panks comes down to third. Runners at first and third now with one away. Good hustle down the line by Mason Rell. It'll bring up Nathan Houston. That was a sharply hit ground ball by Rell. They gathered, flipped it over to second, and seemed like in plenty of time for the relay throw to be good, but good hustle by Rell. Now Houston back to the mound, bobbled by the pitcher. He'll throw on to first to get the out, but Panks will score on the play. There's a lack of awareness there from the pitcher, Shea McTavish. He basically panicked when the ball was hit back to him. He didn't field it cleanly. Really, Panks was in no man's land between third and home and probably would have been an easy out at the plate had he turned and looked at home plate or heard his catcher, but he didn't do either and took the out at first base, and the Berries score a run. Rell advances to second, Houston out, and RBI for Nathan Houston to tie this ball game up at 1-1. Two away, and now Josh Henson, the hitter. Down low and away, ball one. Nathan Houston with his 23rd run batted in on a comebacker. That hits Henson. Henson hit by a pitch for the third time this season. Puts runners on first and second with two away. We'll bring up the designated hitter, Eric Aguirre, who struck out back in the second inning to finish off the bottom of the second frame. A run on a couple of hits, a fielder's choice, and a comebacker in which the pitcher didn't realize that he had a chance to get a note at home. 2 men on and 2 out for Aguirre, who takes a strike. Checked his swing, but the ball was in there, according to home plate umpire Scott Mostaway. Shea McTavish came into the inning having thrown just 37 pitches unofficially in 3 innings. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. Aguirre going after that. He's behind 0-2. Aguirre has played 2 seasons with Dallas Eastfield College in Mesquite, Texas. Will go to Warner University for his junior year in Florida this coming winter. Low with that pitch, 1-2. Looked to be like a changeup. coming out of the hand. It was like the back of the hand was coming forward in front of the palm, trying to throw something off speed and different. 1-2 outside, 2-2. Mason Rell, the runner at second base. Josh Henson's at first after being hit by a pitch. Eric Aguirre, the batter. A 1-1 tie in the bottom of the fourth inning. In the air, right center field. Long ways to go, and that's going to get bounced in and off the wall. In to scores Mason Rell. Around third and making his way home is Josh Henson. A 2-run double for Eric Aguirre, and the Berries have a 3-1 lead. Eric Aguirre with a couple of runs batted in give him 18 on the season as he extends his hitting streak to 6 games, during which he is 8 for 18, which is a .444 average, and has 9 RBIs in the 6-game hitting streak. Key hit there for the Berries. First lead of the night for the home squad, who are 17-5 this season here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. Nash Nichols, the right fielder, now up. He flew out to right field his first time up and takes a ball outside. Low and outside, 2-0. .20 pitch coming up to Nash Nichols. Low again from Shea McTavish, 3-0. No action down the left field line in the Lethbridge bullpen. There had been action down the right field line in the Berries bullpen. 3-0 pitch taken all the way by Nichols, in there for a strike, 3-1. Shea McTavish looking to stop the bleeding. 3-1 at the knees inside corner. Full count, 3-2. Nichols was starting to move towards first base, thinking he had drawn a walk. Not so fast. The cane of Scott Mostaway came out and yanked him back. Three-two pitch outside. He does draw a walk. First free pass of the night issued by Shea McTavish, and we're going to get a visit to the mound from the Lethbridge pitching coach. This is Josh Bergman coming out to chat with Shea McTavish. Nobody heading towards the left field bullpen, though, for Lethbridge. As back to the top of the order, and Brock Laird. Unofficially, 25 pitches already thrown this inning for Shea McTavish. Unofficially, 62 for the appearance. Here comes Brock Laird to the plate. And we have a good story to tell about where Brock Laird is from. Met Gavin Panks' folks before the game. They've been here for about a week, 10 days. They're heading back tomorrow, back to Louisiana. But I've been clued in about the pronunciation of the hometown of Brock Laird. It's not what we've been saying. Pitch in there for a strike to Laird. It's spelled Natchitoches in Louisiana. We've been saying Natchitoches? No, sir. Natchitoches. is how it's supposed to be pronounced. Up and in, ball one, ducking out of the way, Brock Laird. So my apologies to all from Louisiana, and especially in Natchitoches, Louisiana. I promise I will say it correctly. At least I hope I'm saying it correctly now, and not what I was saying. Bounced in, gets away from the catcher, and both runners are going to advance. Aguirre up to third, and Nash Nichols to second. Not sure if that's a wild pitch or if it's a passed ball. A passed ball is the call from the official scorers. 2-1 the count now on Brock Laird, who singled in the first inning, flew out to right in the third. We're only in the bottom of the fourth inning as things have slowed up a little bit. Some long half innings here as the pitchers battle. Laird hits this one high in the air, deep left field, and you can kiss that baby goodbye. 3-run home run. Brock Laird makes it 6-1. Home run for Brock Laird. That is his 5th of the season. And RBIs 30, 31, and 32. As Shea McTavish came in on that 1-1 pitch, put it in a spot that he wasn't going to miss. And it is now 6-1 for the Berries. Brings up Ethan Murdoch. He'd like to follow that up. He's 0 for 2. And a called strike on Murdoch. 9th man to the plate for the Berries, and we now have action down the left field line in the Lethbridge bullpen. Got to find a number 32. Here's one hit on the ground, fielded at third by Will Turner. The cross diamond throw in time to get Murdoch to end the inning, but not before the Berries score 6 times in the bottom of the 4th inning. On 4 hits, there was no Lethbridge errors and nobody left on base. After 4, Saskatoon 6, Lethbridge 1. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
New pitcher coming into the ball game for the Saskatoon Berries. Reed Beck will take over from Adam Corty, who started and pitched 4 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, unearned. He struck out 1, walked 3 from the looks of it. Didn't hit a batter for, I don't think. Nope. He faced 18 batters and unofficially threw 70 pitches. He'll face the top of the order, Will Reed Beck. Jack Wheatley, the shortstop, center fielder Caleb Haney, and catcher Cardell Dick. Reed Beck is the first cousin of Carter Beck. So it's a family affair tonight, with Carter in the building before he heads off to Florida to join the Atlanta Braves Florida Complex League Braves affiliate. Reed Beck with a couple of pitches for a ball to Jack Wheatley. And that is the ball as well, 3-0. Reed Beck, 5'10", 170 out of Meadow Lake. Called strike on the 3-0 pitch to Jack Wheatley, who singled in the first inning, was caught stealing, and walked in the third inning. Inside ball 4. A leadoff walk for Lethbridge here in the top of the 5th inning. Reed Beck coming off his freshman season at Cloud County Community College, located in Concordia, Kansas, in the Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference. It's a mouthful for a conference right there. Runner on first, Caleb Haney, the center fielder, called strike on him. Let's see what my Joe Carnahan notes tell me about Reed Beck. Fastball in the 86 to 88 mile an hour range. That one looked like the slider down low, ball 1. 1-1. Also throws a changeup. Wheatley at first with the leadoff walk. 1-1 pitch. Hit in the air right field. Nash Nichols back a few steps and over to his left a bit. Makes the catch, 1 away. Reed Beck making his 10th appearance of the season. I believe they've all been in relief. Has a save to his credit. No other record. 13 2/3 innings pitched, a 5.93 earned run average, 11 hits allowed, 9 runs all earned. Struck out 13, walked 13. That was coming into the game. Cardell Dick, the catcher now for Lethbridge, up at the plate, 0 for 2. This one's well hit, left center field, and going over, and that one is gone. Cardell Dick gets a couple of runs back for Lethbridge with a 2-run homer here in the top of the 5th inning. Brings home Jack Wheatley in front of him. For Cardell Dick, that is his, let's see here. For Cardell Dick, that is his first home run of the season. And also his first 2 runs batted in. He's only playing in his 3rd game. That's not right. There's 2 listings for him here. One when he's wearing number 3 and one when he's wearing 19. I'll have to combine those together. It's a called strike on Xander Meisner. I hate when that happens. Low and in with a pitch from Reed Beck. 1-1 the count now on Xander Meisner, who's up for a 3rd time tonight. Reached on an error last time, flew out to center his first time up in the 2nd inning. Bounce to the screen. 2-1 the count now. So now Cardell Dick, I can tell you that's his 4th home run of the season. And RBI's 20 and 21 on the year. That makes sense. Low, 3-1. One away here in the top of the 5th. 6-3 the score. Check swing went far enough. Did Meisner. Makes the count 3-2. Full count to the big first baseman from Parker, Colorado. He takes a walk. Second walk issued by Reed Beck. And up comes Will Turner, the third baseman, for the third time. 0 for 2, ground out and a foul out. Bounces that one past Gavin Panks and off to second base on the wild pitch is Xander Meisner, ball 1. Dallin Rood has started to throw down the right field line in the Berries bullpen. Want to know the count on Turner. Called strike on the inside corner, right across the letters. 1-1. Didn't get any 2026 or 2026 stats on Reed Beck from a couple of the services I used to try and get information. Turner fouls that one off. Well hit down the right field line, but way out of play, and it actually landed on top of the batting cage down the right field side. Beck ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reed Beck stepped off the rubber, now back on. Dealing with a runner on second. 1-2 pitch. It's wasted, fouled off by Will Turner at the plate. Count holds at 1-2. Will Turner came into the game hitting 186. Line shot up the middle. It'll get past Salinas into center field. Xander Meisner will come around third and score to make it 6-4. And Turner with a base hit and an RBI. For Will Turner, that is run batted in, number 8 on the year, or the summer, if you will. And out comes Dustin Mulliken, the Berries pitching consultant. We'll take the ball from Reed Beck, and we're going to get a pitching change. So before Josh Milton comes up, new pitcher into the ball game for the Berries, it'll be Dallin Rood. Tough outing for Beck. Got just 1 out of 5 batters that he faced. Rood into the game. Second time in as many nights for the Munster product. Got 2 outs last night through only 7 pitches. This will be his 15th appearance, all in relief. Has 2 saves to his credit, 17 1/3 innings pitched, a 4.15 earned run average, 15 hits allowed, 10 runs, 8 earned. He has struck out 18 and walked 2. Dallin Rood, who, like the starter, Adam Cordy, is from Munster, Saskatchewan, 6'1", 160, coming off his sophomore year at Colby Community College. The Trojans in Colby, Kansas. As mentioned, a tough outing for Reed Beck, a third of an inning. Gave up 2 hits. Still responsible for the man on base, Will Turner, but he's already allowed 3 runs. Couple of walks. Faced 5 batters. And unofficially threw 21 pitches. Dallin Root in to face Josh Milton, who singled his last time up to lead off the 4th inning. Also reached on an error in the 2nd. Root, breaking pitch, in for a strike. Six to 4 now. Barry's with the lead, scored 6 in the bottom of the 4th. Lethbridge has answered with 3 here, and Rude with a check on the runner, Will Turner at first base. Dallin Rude, a 84 to 86 mile an hour fastball, throws a changeup and a curveball. Hit in the air, shallow center field, coming on. Nathan Houston can't make the catch. Dove forward and had it hit his glove, but he couldn't come up and squeeze it. So it's a base hit for Josh Milton, and 2 runners on, first and second, with 1 out still. Zach Kavanaugh, the DH, is 0 for 2. Game's an hour and 35 minutes old, slowed down a bit since the quick beginning with the zeros being put up. Kavanaugh takes a called strike. Barry's head coach Joe Carnahan ejected from the game. Didn't like the strike zone of home plate umpire Scott Mostaway. Here's Kavanaugh to the left side. Rell up with the ball, throws on to first, and unable to squeeze is Josh Henson at the bag. And everybody is safe. Be an error on the first baseman, Henson, allowing Kavanaugh to be on base. Rell made a good play going to his left to field the ball and got up and through, but Henson unable to dig it out at first base. And now the bases are loaded. Still only 1 away. And the number 8 hitter in the order and in the inning, Jordan Monroe up. Fly ball, right field. Going back a few steps, Nash Nichols makes the catch. He'll get it back into the infield. Henson will cut it. In to score is Will Turner, and Josh Milton advances to third base. Make it 6 to 5 now, a 1-run ball game. Still runners at first and third, but now 2 away, and the second baseman Tetsu Nishida coming up. It's a sacrifice fly for Jordan Monroe. Nishida takes the first pitch curveball outside for ball 1. Line drive. This one will get into left field, and we've got a tie ball game. Nishida with a base hit. Milton to score. Kavanaugh stops at second base. 5 runs here in the inning for Lethbridge, and we're tied up at 6-6. And back to the top of the order, and a second plate appearance in this inning for Jack Wheatley, who led it off with a walk and came around to score. Came in on the 2-run home run by Cardell Dick. Fastball from Rude in for a strike. There is action down the left field line in the Lethbridge bullpen. We may have a new pitcher coming in for the bottom of the 6th inning. Wheatley fouls that back to the screen. It's behind 0-2. Four hits, a couple of walks, and an error, leading to 5 Lethbridge runs. They've still got 2 runners on base. 2-strike pitch. It's low and away with the curve. Ball 1-1-2. Rude getting a sign from Gavin Panks. This one's looped into right field, but coming on and making the catch is Nash Nichols to end the inning. 5 runs for Lethbridge in the top of the 5th inning, I should say. They do it with the benefit of 4 hits. There was 1 Barry's error and 2 runners left on base. After 4.5, we're halfway through. It's tied up at 6. Saskatoon 6, Lethbridge 6. You're watching Barry's baseball on FloCollege.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
New pitcher into the ball game here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Lethbridge Bulls. It'll be Dawson Schultz making his 6th appearance of the season. Schultz, a 6'3", 215-pound right-hander out of Swift Current, and coming off his junior year of college at the University of Pikeville. Schultz with no record, 12 in the 3rd innings pitched, a 3.65 earned run average. He's allowed 13 hits, 11 runs, only 5 of them earned, 8 strikeouts, and 7 walks. Barry's in the bottom of the 4th inning, batted through the order. So it'll be Gavin Panks once again leading off here in the bottom of the 5th. Of course, Lethbridge just came back and sent 10 men to the plate and scored 5 runs to tie this game up at 6-6. Gavin Panks singled and scored as part of the 6-run 4th inning for the Berries. First pitch swinging, fly ball right field. That's down, trying to split the gap. Panks rounds first, but the ball is fielded on the one hop in right center field. Good play there by the right fielder Jordan Monroe to cut it off and hold Panks to a single. He's 2 for 3. Guile Salinas now singled his last time up. Was erased on a fielder's choice. He's 1 for 2. In there for a strike to Salinas. Brody Wrench is starting to warm up down the right field line for the Berries. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Cardell Dick. Panks holds his spot at first base, 1-1. Mason Rell on deck for the Berries. This game now in the hands of the bullpens. Overhand curveball in for a strike, 1-2 the count on Salinas. on the ground towards short. The ball stayed down, fielded by Wheatley. The relay throw to first, not in time. Good hard slide into second by Gavin Panks to try and break up the double play attempt. Salinas replaces Panks on the base at first. And one away here in the bottom of the fifth. It'll bring up Mason Rell, who grounded into a fielder's choice last inning but came around to score on a double by Eric Aguirre. In for a strike to Mason Rell, a change-up. Rell with hits in 4 of his last 5 games, .333 in that time, including tonight, 6 for 18. Hard slider outside, 1-1. Salinas the runner at first. 1-1 pitch fouled off at the plate by Rell, 1-2. Salinas is a threat to go. He does have 3 stolen bases. Back to playing second base tonight. He was in right field last night. There's the changeup that stays up high, and it's 2-2 now on Mason Rell. Nathan Houston on deck for the Berries. 2-2 pitch. Low this time. Full count. Salinas going with the 3-2 pitch. Rell, line drive down the left field line is foul. About 5 feet foul. They'll bring him back to the batter's box. The count holds full at 3-2. Let's see if the Berries start the runner again at first base. Try and stay out of the double play potentially. Doesn't go this time. Hit in the air. Down the right field line. Second baseman coming over Nishida into foul territory will make the catch. And that is the second out of the inning for the Berries. Brings up Nathan Houston. 0 for 2. Pop out in the first or in the second inning, grounded out back to the pitcher, but that brought in a run. That was an RBI. As Shea McTavish, the starting pitcher, didn't know whether he was foot or horseback on that play. Low and away with the first pitch from Dawson Schultz, ball 1. Second Lethbridge pitcher into the ball game tonight. High, 2-0. Quick throw down to first. Salinas getting a fairly aggressive secondary lead. Gets back safely, though. Dirties the front of that baby blue jersey, the Wiener Palooza jersey. 2-0 pitch is low. 3-0 now to Nathan Houston. Josh Henson might be looking at a plate appearance here in the bottom of the 5th inning. .30 on the inside corner for a strike. Houston looked like he was starting to make his way to first base. Thought it was inside. 3-1 pitch is low, ball 4. So now 2 runners on. And 2 away. And up comes Josh Henson, I should say. He's been on base twice. Reached on an error in the second inning, hit by a pitch last inning. He'll be one of the guys going to Banff during the All-Star break. Takes a called strike on the inside corner. Him, Brooks Jones. I believe Brock Laird's the other one who's going. The three of them. Swing and a miss. Big cut from Henson. 0-2. Two-strike pitch upcoming from Dawson Schultz. Henson swings and misses, and that ends the inning. Schultz gets a strikeout here to finish off the frame. And for the Berries in the bottom of the fifth inning, no runs, one hit. There was no errors on Lethbridge, 2 runners left on base. After 5, tied at 6. Berries and Bulls. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archive game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Brody Wrench comes on to pitch for the Saskatoon Berries in the top of the 6th inning. Wrench is the 4th pitcher into the ball game for the Berries tonight. He'll face the number 2 hitter, Caleb Haney, center fielder for Lethbridge. Bunts the ball past the man. Now Salinas with the throw and can't get him. That was bunted high in the air, but past Wrench, a left-hander whose delivery takes him falling to the third base side. He didn't have a chance to make the catch, and Salinas charging to the edge of the infield grass, barehanded, but could not get the speedy Haney at first base. So a bunt single to lead off the top of the 6th. It'll bring up Cardell Dick, who had the 2-run home run last inning that kick-started Lethbridge to the 5-run inning. Wrench with a pitch for a strike. Wrench throws a fastball in the 87 to 90 mile an hour range. He has a changeup and a slider. There's that fastball. And he's ahead 0-2. Eight hits in the game for Lethbridge. They had 6 all of last night. 6-6 tie. Top of the 6th. Fouled off. Cardell Dick stays alive. He's 1 for 3, the home run and 2 runs batted in. Hanks got clipped. Bite taken out of him by that last foul ball off the bat of Cardell Dick, the opposite catcher, who can appreciate what Gavin Panks is going through. Panks says to Brody Wrench, "Get back, I'm fine, I'll be okay." Wrench was starting to come over to check on his catcher. For Brody Wrench, this is his 12th appearance of the season. He has a loss and a save, an 8.18 earned run average in 11 innings of work. 15 hits, 12 runs, 10 earned. He has struck out 15 and walked 8. Calls Battleford home, although on the baseball cube it says Lloydminster. Down low with the 0-2 pitch, 1-2. Haney at first, nobody out. 1-2 pitch stays way outside. That's the changeup. 2-2 the count. Wrench coming off his junior year at the University of Mary in Bismarck, North Dakota. Also pitched at Williston State College before moving to University of Mary. Cardell Dick fouls that off the screen. That came off the screen into the seats, the BIP suites, off the main seating in behind home plate, and actually landed on a chair in behind a fellow who's standing up, not sitting down. So a little bit on the fortunate side there. 2-2, and again fouled off, this time down the right field side and out of play. Cardell Dick making Brody Wrench work for it here in this top of the 6th inning. Closing in on 2 hours for the ball game. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That was the slider from Wrench, breaking in on the hands, and Cardell Dick couldn't make contact. One away. Xander Meisner, the first baseman, walked and scored as part of the 5-run 5th inning for Lethbridge. There's the slider outside, ball 1. Line drive, this will be foul over top of the bullpen and into the party patio seating down the third base side. 1-1 the count on Xander Meisner, who's officially 0 for 2, but walked and scored his last time up. Foul back again by Meisner, now 1-2. Xander Meisner from Parker, Colorado. Played 69 games at Bethany Lutheran College the last 2 years. Slider low and away, 2-2. Two-two pitch, fisted off. That was inside, and Meisner swung and felt he had to in order to protect being a strikeout victim. Keeps the at-bat alive. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Wrench's 2-2 pitch. Meisner swings and misses, strike 3. There's that good fastball from Brody Wrench. Back-to-back Ks. Will bring up the third baseman, Will Turner, who singled, drove in a run, and scored last inning. And a pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Fouled back to the screen and quickly wrench ahead 2 strikes on Will Turner. Trying to finish off the inning and get the Berries back to the bats for the bottom of the 6th inning, as this game is 2 hours old. Wrench kicks, delivers, 2-strike pitch. Outside, 1-2. Looked like the changeup that time. Pitch that will move away from right-handed hitters. Moved away a little bit too much that time. Haney takes off. 1-2 pitch. Here's the throw down to second. It'll be off the glove of Salinas and backed up by Brock Laird. A stolen base for Caleb Haney. And the count now even at 2-2 as we get that top line on the scoreboard in right center field here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field, showing deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Brody Wrench up with the pitch here coming up to Turner. And he'll foul that off and stay alive. Still 23 degrees Celsius here in Saskatoon, 73 Fahrenheit, east-southeast wind 13 kilometers an hour under mostly cloudy skies. They said we were going to have rain. We haven't. It's been just really a very nice night for baseball. Again, the 2-2. Low, full count. Josh Milton, the left fielder, is on deck. Wrenches 3-2. Fastball hit on the ground through the right side, base hit. Haney around third, heading for home. Here's the throw home by Nichols, but it's up the first base line. And in to score and give Lethbridge the lead is Caleb Haney on an RBI single for Will Turner, his second hit in as many innings and his second RBI in as many innings. Makes it 7-6 now in favor of Lethbridge. So now up comes Josh Milton, left fielder who has singles in his last 2 at-bats. Scored last inning. Wrench with the slider in for a strike. There is somebody who was warming up down the left field line for Lethbridge. I wouldn't be surprised if we may be getting a new pitcher in next half inning. Slider down low, 1-1. Bouncing ball, Salinas fields, flips to second to Laird for the force play to end the inning. Lethbridge scores a run on 2 hits. No Berries errors, 1 runner left on base. Bulls with a 7-6 lead through 5.5 innings here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Get ready for the sweetest baseball event in Canada. All the very best players from around the WCBL will be in the very best city for the 2026 All-Star Weekend. Don't be sour. Get your tickets to the summer's biggest baseball event now.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
In the bottom of the 6th inning, Dawson Schultz's first pitch as he's into his 2nd inning of work. And a called strike on Eric Aguirre, who's up for the 3rd time. Aguirre doubled, drove in 2 runs, and scored his last time up. He'll foul this pitch back to the screen. He's behind 0-2 to Dawson Schultz. Aguirre struck out in the 2nd inning. But as mentioned, the double in the 4th that drove in 2. And there's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Aguirre doesn't like the call from home plate umpire Scott Mostaway. 1 away, it'll bring up Nash Nichols. Lockton scored in the 4th inning, 0 for 1. At the knees for a strike to Nash Nichols. This one's through the left side, a base hit for Nichols. So a good base runner makes his way on with 1 away in the bottom of the 6th inning, and back to the top of the order for Brock Laird, who hit a 3-run home run his last time up off the starting pitcher, Shea McTavish. Laird 2 for 3. Has been on an offensive roll of late. 12-game hitting streak on the go. Doesn't want to talk about that, though. Says you've got to play a lot of games. Can't worry too much about streaks or anything like that as he takes a strike. But there is a wry smile in there when he talks about it. It says he doesn't care, but you know he's pretty happy with what he's been able to do of recent. Hit in the air, right field, trying to find it, and now finding it as the ball got above the lights level is the right fielder Monroe, and there's 2 away. So now Ethan Murdoch, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Murdoch has an 11-game hitting streak on the go. 18 for 48, hitting .375 in that time. Takes a strike on the inside corner from Dawson Schultz. Berries have 7 hits in the game. They're going to appeal at first on the check swing by Murdoch. The pitch was outside, ball 1. The appeal not granted. Overhand curveball in for a strike, 1-2. Schultz set and ready to go again. Off at the pitch is Nichols. The throw down to second is not in time. Ball 2, that pitch was outside. Stolen base for Nash Nichols to get into scoring position. With 2 away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Deuces are wild on the scoreboard here with Ethan Murdoch at the plate. Back up the middle, a base hit that went off the leg of the pitcher, slowed it up, but it still got through, and in to score to tie the ball game is Nash Nichols. 12-game hitting streak for Ethan Murdoch with that single. And that's RBI number 44 on the season. And a walk out to the pitcher's mound, and this is the head coach. We're going to get a pitching change here for the Lethbridge Bulls. So Dawson Schultz's time is done. Coming in from the left field bullpen is Bryce McGuire. Tell you more about Bryce McGuire here in a moment. With the game tied up now at 7-7. Murdoch on first, 2 away. Gavin Panks coming into the ball game. Bryce McGuire, a right-hander, 6 foot, 170 pounds, out of Rustion, Louisiana. Sure, there's probably some different pronunciation there, kind of like Nacogdoches when it's spelled Natchitoches. This one's spelled R-U-S-T-I-O-N. Rustion. I don't know. I'm guessing. My Louisiana geography is not that good, obviously. McGuire, coming off his junior season at the University of Arkansas Monticello campus. Let's find out more about his season so far. Bryce McGuire has a 2-1 record, a 5.02 earned run average. This will be his 9th appearance of the season. He has pitched 14 1/3 innings, allowed 13 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned, 11 strikeouts, and just 1 walk. He'll face Gavin Panks, who's 2 for 3 with a run scored. As McGuire finishes up his warm-up tosses. In a 7-7 tie. So here comes Gavin Panks to the plate. In a tie ball game in the bottom of the 6th inning. Panks back to catching tonight. Aiden Marion getting a night off. Swing and a miss at the first pitch from McGuire, strike 1. Ooh. McGuire, Murdoch dancing around at first. Panks line drive, center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Big high hop. And Haney, the center fielder, actually had to leap up in the air to get it. Panks with 3 hits in his last 3 plate appearances in each of the last 3 innings. Murdoch up to second. Still 2 away for the Berries, as they have 9 hits. Both teams 7 runs on 9 hits in this game. And Giles Salinas coming up to the plate. 1 for 3. And then Gal comes up to the plate. That usually means the crowd. In this case tonight, 2014, the announced attendance. Start clapping away, stomping their feet. Salinas looking, first pitch up and in, ball 1. Of course, he seems to crowd home plate a little. Been hit 17 times, so anything inside is going to come close to hitting him. This is the Barry's version of Ron Hunt. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Took a big cut at that one. Bryce McGuire trying to get a sign from catcher Cardell Dick. Has what he wants now. 1-1 pitch is low, 2-1. Ethan Murdoch at second, Gavin Panks at first. A run in on 3 hits this inning for the Berries. Tie the game up at 7. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Berries on a 5-game winning streak. On the ground towards short. Wheatley up with it. He'll throw on to first in time to end the inning. Like I say, Berries get a run on 3 hits in the bottom of the 6th. No Lethbridge errors, 2 runners left on base. After 6, tied at 7, Berries and Lethbridge. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Seaman Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
Your unofficial line score as we head to the top of the 7th inning here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field for the Saskatoon Berries. 7 runs on 9 hits. They've committed 3 errors. They've left 6 runners on base. For the Lethbridge Bulls, 7 runs on 9 hits. They've committed 1 error. They've left 8 runners on base. Brody Wrench back out, left-hander for the Saskatoon Berries to face the bottom third of the Lethbridge order here in the top of the 7th inning. Wrench's first pitch slider in for a strike to DH Zach Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh 0 for 3, reached on an error though his last time up. Slider. That's outside, 1-1. Fouled off on the fastball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball ended up about where Berries head coach Joe Carnahan would normally stand and be oblivious to the ball around him because he just doesn't worry about it. But Joe's not there. He got ejected in the 3rd inning of this game tonight. Slider outside, 2-2 to Kavanaugh. Right fielder Jordan Monroe and second baseman Tetsu Nishida scheduled to hit here in the top of the 7th inning for the Lethbridge Bulls. Brody Wrench set to deliver. Again, slider down low. Full count to the leadoff man. Action down the right field line in the Berries bullpen now. 3-2 pitch is a called strike 3. Kavanaugh thought he had drawn ball 4, but plate umpire Scott Mostaway rings him up. That's the 3rd strikeout of this appearance for Brody Wrench. Haven't had a lot to say about the pancake promotion in this game. There's only been 4 so far tonight by Barrie's pitching, 3 of them by Brody Wrench. Now it's the right fielder, Jordan Monroe. He'll take a strike at the knees. Looks back to Monroe and doesn't like the call. Neither team has been very happy with the strike zone of home plate umpire Scott Mostaway tonight. And Scott Mostaway is hearing it from the Lethbridge bench now. 1 strike. Slider fouled off. 2 strikes quickly. Wrench ahead of Jordan Monroe, who's 0 for 1. Struck out in the 3rd inning, walked in the 4th, and drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 5th inning. 2-strike pitch. Hit in the air, left field side. This one is slicing foul and is actually out of play by the Lethbridge bullpen area, so the count holds at 2 strikes. Can't see the white number just yet. That looks like Colin Plain warming up down the right field line for the Berries. Low and away with a slider this time to Jordan Monroe, 1-2. One-two pitch and fouled back to the screen. Monroe stays alive. Barries head to Medicine Hat for games tomorrow and Friday. Final 2 days of play before the All-Star break this weekend. Back here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. Lethbridge Bulls head out on the road down Highway 11 to Regina and play the Red Sox tomorrow and Friday. 1-2 pitch hit in the air, right field, going back Nash Nichols. He's got a beat on it in right center field and makes the catch short of the warning track for the 2nd out. Nichols, a very good defensive outfielder with good speed. So now Tetsu Nishida, who's 2 for 3, singled and scored in the 3rd inning. Singled and drove in the tying run at the time, back in the top of the 5th, made it 6-6. Now it's 7-7. Nishida 2 for 3. Slider down low and in, ball 1. Tetsu Nishida is from Calgary, coming off his sophomore year at the Prairie Baseball Academy. 5'10", 170. Relative newcomer to the team. That one all the way back to the backstop. Had a little bit of hot sauce on it. 2-0. The count on Nishida. Nishida only playing in his 4th game. There's a strike on a changeup. 2-1. I should probably check to make sure there isn't a second listing for Tetsu Nishida on this stats page like we had with Cardell Dick earlier on. Nope, there isn't. 2-1 pitch. That's in for a strike. Fastball with a little bit of cut movement, it looked like. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Top of the 7th. Wrench. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 3. 4 Ks for Wrench over 2 innings of work. Nothing across in the top of the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no Barries errors, nobody left on base. Heading to the 7th inning stretch. We're tied at 7. Barries and Bulls as you're watching Saskatoon Barries baseball on FloCollege.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Mason Rail will lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th inning for the Saskatoon Berries in a 7-7 tie against the Lethbridge Bulls. Rail 0 for 3 but has scored a run. He'll be followed by center fielder Nathan Houston and first baseman Josh Henson. Facing Bryce McGuire, who came on last inning. First pitch from McGuire down low to Rel, ball 1. McGuire came on and gave up the base hit to Gavin Panks that kept the inning alive. Fastball up high to Mason Rel, 2-0, but then was able to get Giles Salinas to ground out to shortstop to finish the inning. The Berries had a couple of runners on base. Fastball strike, Rel taking 2-1. Rel from West Bend, Wisconsin. Attends Indiana State University. Bouncing ball, and Jack Wheatley in the exchange dropped it. And so Rel is on the error by the shortstop Jack Wheatley. This was so routine that I think Wheatley just lost concentration entirely with the transfer from glove to throwing hand and almost threw the ball into... Nathan Houston coming to the plate. Second error of the game by Lethbridge. Houston on the ground. Oh, a room service hop to the second baseman Nishida. To second for one, on to first. In time, double play. Just like that, the Berries have 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. So the error won't do any harm to Lethbridge. Josh Henson coming up. Henson 0 for 2, hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the 4th inning. Up and in with a first pitch fastball, ball 1. Bryce McGuire kicks and delivers, swing and a miss by Henson. He was heading for the downs with that one. He doesn't get cheated on his swings, I will tell you that much for sure. And when he connects, they go a long way, as evidenced by 7 home runs so far this summer. 1-1 pitch is a called strike. 1-2 now. Business starts to pick up in terms of how quickly along we're moving. Henson bounces this one towards third. Up with it, Will Turner, and the throw across the diamond in time for the 3rd out. Basically a 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th for the Berries. No runs, no hits. There was one Lethbridge error, but nobody left on base. And after 7, we are still tied at 7. Saskatoon and Lethbridge. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Fifth pitcher into the ball game for the Saskatoon Berries, Wesley Shackelford, will make his third appearance since joining the team. Shackelford, a 6', 205-pound right-hander from Belleville, Texas, coming off his freshman season at Odessa College. Shackelford in 2 previous appearances, 4 innings pitched, a 2.25 earned run average. He throws a pitch that is swung on and missed by Jack Wheatley, the leadoff man, who's up for his 5th plate appearance of the night for Lethbridge. Ball 1. 1-1. Shackelford. Fastball that can tip 91 miles an hour, but he throws a slider there that ends up being in strike 1-2. Wheatley called strike 3 with the fastball. Shackelford also throws a slider and a changeup to go with that fastball that runs up there between 88 and 91 miles an hour. We'll bring up the center fielder, Caleb Haney. 1 for 3, singled, stole a base, and scored a run his last time up in the 6th inning. Down low and in, ball 1 to Haney. Shackelford in his 4 innings has allowed 2 hits, 1 run earned. Struck out 6 and walked 2. He has his 7th strikeout already. As the slider down low, 2-0. Line drive to Hopper, and Laird can't pick it. Haney rounds first as the ball dies in center field. The throw into second gets away, but it'll be backed up by Josh Henson in the infield. And Haney is on second base with a double. We're going to call that an error, actually, on Brock Laird. And advancing to second is Caleb Haney. So a go-ahead run on second base for Lethbridge on the 4th error of the night for the Saskatoon Berries. Brings up Cardell Dick, the catcher, who's 1 for 4, hit that 2-run home run to start the 5-run comeback in the 5th inning, and he takes a slider outside, ball 1. Dick hits this one in the air down the left field line, but it is hooking foul. Count even at 1-1. Xander Meisner, the first baseman, on deck. Here in the top of the 8th inning in a 7-7 tie. Good block by Gavin Panks on a slider that was down low and hit the dirt. 2-1. Lethbridge a good team. They're 22-11, yet that's the 3rd best record in the West Division, where there's basically 2 tiers. You've got Okotoks leading the way, followed by Sylvan Lake and then Lethbridge, and then the other 3 teams. One of them is going to make the playoffs. Up the middle, but Laird can't pick that one in behind the bag. And coming in to score the go-ahead run for Lethbridge is Caleb Haney. Make it 8-7 Lethbridge. A base hit for Cardell Dick, and it's his third run batted in. Tenth hit of the game for Lethbridge. One away here in the top of the eighth. Xander Meisner now up. Fastball down at the knees. Strike one to Meisner, who checks back with umpire Scott Mostway and says, strike at the knees? Yep. Catcher Cardell Dick at first for Lethbridge. Short lead. There's a changeup. Swung on and missed. Strike two. Will Turner is on deck. Two-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Runner on first now, still with two away. It'll be Will Turner, the third baseman, coming up. He's got 2 hits in his last 2 at-bats, 2 for 4 overall. A run scored and a couple of runs batted in. Shackelford's first pitch fastball in for a strike. Josh Milton, the left fielder, on deck for Lethbridge. They have an 8-7 lead. Slider low and away, ball one. Actually, the Berries, this is their last home game against a West Division opponent this season. Fastball for a strike, 1-2. And outside of the 5 players for the Berries will be playing in the All-Star game and be a part of the All-Star weekend here in Saskatoon at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. Berries' next game as a full team won't be here until the 27th of July when they host Medicine Hat. Fastball off the top of the glove of Panks, back to the backstop, and that allows Cardell Dick to advance to second base on the wild pitch. 2-2 the count, with 2 away here in the top of the 8th inning. Berries will have Eric Aguirre, Nash Nichols, and Brock Laird coming up in the bottom of the 8th inning, trailing by at least 1 run. Hoping that's going to be it, as hit in the air, left field. Murdoch has lots of room to make the catch, and he will, to end the inning. But a run for Lethbridge on 1 hit. 1 Berries error, 1 runner left on base. After 7.5, it is 8-7. Lethbridge with the lead as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Bryce McGuire stays in the ballgame to pitch. He's on an inning and a third so far in relief. Third pitcher of the night for the Lethbridge Bulls. He's been staked to a lead once again at 8-7. It'll be Eric Aguirre, the designated hitter, up 1 for 3. a double and a run scored and a couple of RBIs sandwiched by a couple of strikeouts for the Pasadena, Texas product. There is a right-hander that is starting to throw down the left field line for Lethbridge. As McGuire's first pitch down low to Aguirre, ball one. Starting to warm, let's see, is Lucas Wynn. On the outside corner for a strike to Aguirre, 1-1. McGuire's 1-1 pitch. Aguirre fouls it back. McGuire to Aguirre is our pitcher-batter combination here, the matchup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for McGuire of this appearance. 1 away. Brings up Nash Nichols. Singled, stole a base, and scored back in the 6th inning. He's got a couple of runs scored on the night. See if he can get things going here again in the bottom of the 8th inning. Hits a line drive, loved by the left field, and that one is up and away. Home run, Nash Nichols, his 7th of the season, to tie the ball game up at 8-8. A line drive home run over the left field fence for Nash Nichols. That gets the crowd of 2014 up off their feet, onto their feet. And now to the top of the order for Brock Laird. Just the second hit allowed by McGuire in his appearance. And the first run now. His first pitch to Laird. Swung and fouled off. Just missed hitting Ethan Murdoch in the on-deck circle. It kind of bounced off the screen and went to the other side of him. No damage done. McGuire ready to go with the 1 strike pitch, and that's a called strike. So Laird down 2 strikes to Bryce McGuire in this at-bat with Ethan Murdoch on deck. Third time tonight the teams have been tied. 2 strike pitch, a little high. 1-2, that was close. McGuire's 1-2 pitch. Laird on the ground towards short. Jack Wheatley picks, throws to first, and the foot came off the bag. And by the time Meisner got back down, Laird was across the base, safe. Base hit or a throwing error? Base hit for Brock Laird. 3 for 5 now on the night as he hustled down the line. And it'll bring up Ethan Murdoch. Singled and drove in a run the last time up. He's 1 for 4. First pitch swinging, looped into center field. Going back is the shortstop, Jack Wheatley. He'll make the catch. And that's the second out as Laird returns to first base. Gavin Panks coming to the plate. Panks 3 for 4. 3 singles in the game. Laird at first. We'll see if he takes off and tries to steal a base. Doesn't there. Pitch outside, ball 1. Laird capable of stealing a base. Bryce McGuire looked over it just a moment ago. Outside with that one. 2-0 now, the count on Panks. Again, checking the runner at first in this 8-8 tie in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2-0 pitch. This one's in for a strike, 2-1. Looking ahead to the top of the 9th inning, Lethbridge will have their 6, 7, and 8 batters up. Josh Milton, the left fielder, DH Zach Kavanaugh, and right fielder Jordan Monroe. 2-1 pitch. Panks high in the air. Back and twisting into foul territory. There to make the catch is the third baseman Will Turner, and that's the inning. But the solo home run by Nash Nichols ties the game up at 8-8. The Berries get the 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Lethbridge errors and 1 runner left on base. After 8, it is tied at 8. Berries and Lethbridge as you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
Get ready for the sweetest baseball event in Canada. All the very best players from around the WCBL will be in the very best city for the 2026 All-Star Weekend. Don't be sour. Get your tickets to the summer's biggest baseball event now.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Seaman Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
Shackelford back up on the mound for the Berries here in the top of the 9th inning. He'll face Josh Milton, the left fielder, who's 2 for 4, a couple of singles, a run scored. Shackelford out of the full windup, and a pitch inside with the slider, ball 1. Low, ball 2 with the fastball. Fly ball center field. Nathan Houston came in a few steps, makes the catch, and 1 away. Zach Kavanaugh 0 for 4 on the night. Coming up now, designated hitter. Left-handed hitter. Berries will have the middle third of their order come up in the bottom of the 9th inning. Giles Salinas, Mason Rell, and Nathan Houston. They got to get out of the top of the 9th inning first. There's a slider in for a strike to Zach Kavanaugh. Shackelford's fastball swung on and missed, strike two. Two-strike pitch coming. High with the fastball, 1-2. Continues to be action down the left field line in the Lethbridge bullpen. Swing and a miss on a changeup. That's the third strikeout for Shackelford in his appearance. 2 away here in the top of the 9th inning. And up comes the right fielder, Jordan Monroe. Continues to be Lucas Wynn warming up. There's a fly ball. Left field. Ethan Murdoch is there. He'll make the catch, and that's a 1-2-3. Top of the 9th inning. No runs, no hits. No Barry's errors, nobody left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 9th. Tied up at 8. Saskatoon and Lethbridge. You're watching Barry's baseball on FloCollege.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Lucas Wynn is into the ball game for Lethbridge. He would be their closer. Big right-hander out of Vancouver, 6'3", 230. Coming off his junior year at UBC, the University of British Columbia. And for Lucas Wynn, this will be his 8th appearance. And when he's on, it usually means that Lethbridge is in a position to win. And he's trying to save, but he has a win, no losses, and 5 saves. Hasn't given up a run yet. 8 in the 3rd innings, allowed 3 hits, struck out 6, walked 1. Lucas Wynn in to face the middle third of the Barry's order. Giles Salinas, Mason Rell, and Nathan Houston. Try and get a game-winning run, a walk-off winner here in the bottom of the 9th. Salinas, 1 for 4, singled in the 4th inning. An 8-8 tie in the bottom of the 9th. Wynn's first pitch up and in, ball 1 with a fastball. Looks like he's got a pretty good heater. Might be tough to catch up to. That's in for a strike, 1-1. This is Wynn's 3rd season with the Bulls. 32-plus innings over 24 games appeared in over the last 2 years coming into this one. 1-1 pitch. Fastball is in for a strike, 1-2. He had 2 saves coming into this year, 38 strikeouts in 32-plus innings, and a 3.34 ERA with Lethbridge. So far has yet to give up a run this season in 8 1/3. So Ryan McDonald, the head coach for the Lethbridge Bulls, relies on him in high leverage situations like this. Quick conference between catcher Cardell Dick and Lucas Wynn. Salinas is the test pilot hitter for this inning for the Berries. He'll go and relay info to Mason Rell and then on with Nathan Houston, who are up behind him. Unless he gets on base. He'll squib one towards first, and Xander Meisner picks it and steps on the bag for the first out. So Mason Rell now, who's 0 for 4 with a run scored. Try and get things started in the bottom of the 9th. Prospect of extra innings. First pitch is fastball for a strike. Rell hit 10 home runs with Indiana State this past college season. Has a dinger already for the Berries. A changeup it looked like. Down and in, 1-1. Wynn pitches out of the stretch with nobody on base. 1-1. Fastball hit on the ground. Big room service hop for Tetsu Nishida. It throws him out. And there's 2 away. So now Nathan Houston will try and extend the inning. Get a runner on. Henson, or Houston I should say, does not have a home run this season. He'll get this one in the air, down the left field line, coming over towards the line with room, and making the catch is the left fielder, Josh Milton. That one was just to the edge of the warning track. Houston gave it a ride, but that is the end of the bottom of the 9th inning. We're heading to extra innings. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 9, it's 8-8. As you're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Top of the 10th inning in an 8-8 tie. Wesley Shackelford back out for a 3rd inning on the mound for the Berries. Tetsu Nishida bunts the ball, And Rell has no play at first base. Nishida with a bunt single. Coming over to third is Jordan Monroe. So first and third with nobody out. Lethbridge in a pretty good situation here as the order flips over back to the top, and it'll be the shortstop Jack Wheatley, who's 1 for 3 with a couple of walks. Berries will bring the infield in. Nishida takes off for second, will not draw a throw as the pitch from Shackelford is in for a strike to Wheatley. Defensive indifference would be the call on that as Nishida gets the second. Shackelford's pitch low and in, ball 1. Infield in, runners on second and third, nobody out. There's a change-up that swung on and missed, 1-2. Center fielder Caleb Haney is on deck. And now Shackelford hits Jack Wheatley, and that'll load the bases. And it'll bring up Caleb Haney. The veteran outfielder. 307 in 4 years with the Bulls prior to this season. Came into the game tonight hitting .352. An all-star who will play in the weekend. As again, the infielders are in. First pitch swinging. Little looper into left field. Coming on is Murdoch. Can't make the catch. The ball gets by him. 1 run coming in. Coming on in from second base all the way to score is Nishida. That's a 2-run single for Caleb Haney. That gives Lethbridge a 10-8 lead. A little bloop into left field. Cashes in 2. Still nobody out. And Cardell Dick, the catcher, coming up. 3 RBI for him. 2-run home run and a single his last time up in the 8th inning. This one's on the ground. Laird to second for 1. To first in time. Double play. Jack Wheatley over to third base. But a big double play there. And it'll bring up the first baseman, Xander Meisner. Two out runner on third. Meisner 0 for 4 with a walk. Hits this one in the air. Straight away center field. Nathan Houston back will make the catch short of the warning track. And that ends the inning. Lethbridge scores 2 in the top of the 10th. On 2 hits. There were no Berries errors and 1 runner left on base. After 9.5, Lethbridge 10, Saskatoon 8. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Seaman Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
Get ready for the sweetest baseball event in Canada. All the very best players from around the WCBL will be in the very best city for the 2026 All-Star Weekend. Don't be sour. Get your tickets to the summer's biggest baseball event now.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game
Bottom of the 10th inning, Barry's down 2. We'll start the inning with Nathan Houston, the courtesy runner, at second. Lucas Wynn back in for a second inning of work on the mound for Lethbridge, trying to close this one out. He'll face the bottom third of the Barry's order, Josh Henson, Eric Aguirre, and Nash Nichols. Henson 0 for 3 with a hit batsman tonight, or at least hit by a pitch. Barry's need to get another man on and then bring him and Houston home in order to get back to a tie. Big swing and a miss on a fastball by Josh Henson, strike 1. Wynn can throw the gas. He got a good fastball. Big boy at 6'3", 230 out of Vancouver via UBC. And a veteran guy. Third season with Lethbridge. Henson fouls that back. Looked like it was a change-up. 0-2. Barry's have had a couple of home runs tonight. Brock Laird and Nash Nichols, who's due up this inning. Laird could get up if somebody gets on base ahead of him. 2-strike pitch is outside and high, ball 1. 1-2. Lucas Wynn batting away at mosquitoes. Again, it's an issue here in this ballpark, as it is everywhere right now. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Henson strikes out, 1 away in the bottom of the 10th. Bring up Eric Aguirre, the designated hitter, who's 1 for 4, doubled, drove in 2 runs, and scored in the 4th inning, but has been a strikeout victim the other 3 times up. See what the left-handed hitter can do here against the right-handed pitching Wynn. Be the first lefty that he faces in the Barry's order. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Speaking of mosquitoes, I saw one dancing across our window here and right in front of us. Get out of here. 1-strike pitch. Aguirre holds up, and it's up high, 1-1. Nash Nichols homered his last time up. He's 2 for 3. He's on deck. 1-1 pitch. Fouled off the catcher. 1-2 now. Game took 3 hours to get through the first 9 innings. Could be over by the bottom of the hour if the Barrys don't get something going here. 1-2 pitch to Aguirre. High with the fastball, 2-2. Wynn ready to go with the 2-2. And called strike 3. Scott Mostaway rings up Eric Aguirre, who is incredulous at the call. And the fans not happy either. But now there's 2 away. And the last chance for the Barrys up to the plate in Nash Nichols. He is the tying run. He has to get on base or hit one out or something like that in order to keep this game going. Wynn's first pitch, high, ball 1. He's basically rearing back and throwing fastballs and saying, catch me if you can. This one's hit down the left field line, but it is hooking foul. That was a changeup. Nichols got around on it. Makes the count 1-1. Many in the crowd are starting to make their way to the exits. 1-1 pitch. Fastball in for a strike, and now the Berries are down to their final strike of the night. 1-2. Lethbridge trying to end the Berries' 5-game winning streak and split the 2-game interdivision series. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and they do indeed do that. Lucas Wynn strikes out the side in the bottom of the 10th inning. No runs, no hits, no Lethbridge errors, nobody left on base. Your final score tonight in 10 innings, the Lethbridge Bulls 10 and the Saskatoon Berries 8. On a night where the Berries celebrated Carter Beck as he is about to head off to join the Atlanta Braves in their Florida Complex League affiliate in Northport, Florida. But they can't give the ex-teammate a victory he would have loved to have seen as he hangs around. That is your final, 10-8 Lethbridge with the victory. We'll be back to wrap things up in the final totals next. You're watching Berries baseball on FloCollege.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Back to wrap things up as just now the game finishes and it's starting to rain. That rain they've been talking about coming tonight finally has arrived. And is going to escort the teams off the field. The Lethbridge Bulls beating the Saskatoon Berries tonight by a score of 10-8. Your final unofficial totals for the Lethbridge Bulls: 10 runs on 12 hits. They committed 2 errors. They left 10 runners on base. Saskatoon Berries with 8 runs on 11 hits. They committed 4 errors. They left 7 runners on base. The winning pitcher is the 4th pitcher of the night for Lethbridge, Lucas Wynn. His record is 2-0. Losing pitcher for the Berries, their 5th pitcher of the game, Wesley Shackelford. His record 0-1. This game in 10 innings of play, and Lethbridge winning by a final score of 10-8. A game that took 3 hours and 12 minutes to play in front of 2,014 fans at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. Lethbridge improves to 23-11 with the victory tonight. They're now 9-6 on the road. The Berries have their 5-game winning streak come to an end. They're 26-12 for the season. 17-6 at home. They finished the year with a 2-4 record at home against West Division opposition, as the teams, these two at least, split the 2-game series here in Saskatoon. Lethbridge 10, Saskatoon 8 in 10 innings. Reminder that we'll be back with you this weekend on FloCollege, as it's All-Star Festivities weekend. We'll have the bunting competition, the Junior Home Run Derby, the WCBL Home Run Derby, starting at 4 o'clock. And then the game proper, the East Division Stars against the West Division All-Stars, on Sunday at 1 o'clock here at Next Gen Patch at Cairns Field. The Berries' next home action isn't until Wednesday, July 27th, when they're home to the Medicine Hat Mavericks at 7 o'clock. So until the weekend, thank you very much for tuning in on behalf of all the gang at Flow Sports, FloCollege, all the gang here at the Saskatoon Entertainment Group. I'm Les Lazarick. Thank you for watching. You have been watching Saskatoon Berries Baseball on FloCollege.